Hey, good afternoon, Bob, Trade Genius. It's the 21st of February. Hey, I'm going to start off with looking at the cryptos here. This move here, I'm looking at the hourly because that's how I trade it. This is the break of that downtrend line, the parallel line, and then 11.5 was the break of the downtrend area. And so what you have here a lot of times is you're going to push up and you're going to push through. Remember I said we'll come back and we'll probably test this line and crawl on it for a few days. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And you have to realize now the hobbyists are out of this game. There's pro money in this now. And this is a classic move. This move here was people being squeezed out and people being buying in. And then they get taken to the cleaners here because they get sold right off again. So they right away work for the weak hands. So, but for me, as a trader, I just look at my buy signals, look at my sell signals, and I'm just waiting for it to line back up again. But the one that's really interesting to me is Ethereum. It looks like we just got a buy on it here too. I don't like the angle of descent here, and so when something is falling at this level, that's you're catching knives. I like for it to start settling down if I want to take some shots. But, there's a lot of news and a lot of noise and a lot of FUD on Ethereum right now. There's other places probably better to be. So, but that took a pretty good tumble here over the last couple days. So, something to keep an eye on. And looking at Litecoin here too. Litecoin is just flat here. Just a nice trading range though. And so this is good here too. You're looking at 215 to 230. You're looking at 17-point move here. This is 5 to 7% in a range here. You buy the move into the range, you sell the range here until it starts trending up again, and then you can be a little bit more greedy. But I'd keep an eye on Litecoin, and it's been working with Bitcoin, so which is interesting to me. And the other one I follow here is Ripple just gave a buy signal too. It's also on a pretty steep descent, so I'm going to kind of hold off on that. One I am watching though had a nice pattern for a daily earlier today, but it broke down out of it instead of up. I was going to take advantage of it. It moved back up towards 320 again, but it did not. I mean, yeah, 320. So now it's putting a little bit of a triangle here. This could be a bull flag, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. And if it starts breaking up over this area here to over this 320 area here, then I think it's going to make a run to the top of the channel. But Phil will talk more about that in his room. So if you're not a member, I could highly encourage you to join. And we have a great trading room. We have great signals. This is software that you can gain access to, and just go to the tradegeniusacademy.com site and you can check it out. Now the stock market, holy moly! So let's flip on over to the futures here, and like I told you guys the other day, I said short oil. This is a kiss the channel goodbye here. It's doing it. I think it's going to come back down and test. Okay, and I'm on the daily on this. I'll just go through the daily on these first. The dollar had a nice move higher again. Boom. And so when the dollar's up, commodities usually struggle. And they've been selling the dollar to push on the stock market too. So that's why you saw weakness there. And then here you have the S&P. Again, this is push in, kiss the channel goodbye kind of a move. My expectation is we're going to break this and we're going to go down to this 24.50 area, and it's the reason why I say that. This is where the support has been, and this is before the ramp in interest rates. And I think we're going to come back all the way back down, and we're going to test that support before we go anywhere again. What they're trying to find out, in my humble opinion, is I think the central banks and the bankers around the world are trying to see what interest rates are going to cause turmoil in the stock market. And I think they got their answer. So the 10-year over 3% is going to cause massive dislocations in the stock market. and I think that's going to be problematic for the economy too. And people say, oh, they don't care, they have to do it. Well, guess what? They're the banker's banker, and if the banks start having to take on mark-to-market stuff, then because of foreclosures, they're in big trouble. You saw that we had a huge tumble in mortgage applications, a huge tumble in housing sales. So it's starting to bite, and if that bite stays in March, then I think there's going to be some people freaking out, because this is exactly how 2008 played out. You had push on the energy, you had push on real estate, you had deteriorating credit conditions, and then all of a sudden somebody out of the left field blew up, and then it all rolled over, because then nobody trusted each other, and then credit just disappeared. And they're going to do that at a point where there's so much credit already out there that the spill could be uber nasty. So something to keep an eye on, but I'm not hopeful they're going to get it right. So gold pushed down, okay, but it's still uptrending here. Like I said, I think gold gets down to this level here before it pushes back higher. They're going to definitely blink, and that's when you're going to see gold and the miners rip. And then natural gas. See if I got the right one here. So Natty's at the bottom of this channel here, and I'm looking for it for a rip up to here. March is going to be much colder. The draws are exceeding the storage, and they're going to have to start filling these tanks again going into summer, into next fall, and they haven't. They've just been playing a game with the price, and we're going to look a lot like right here. So this is where I'm putting my effort in UNG and SWN, and then as soon as it breaks again here and I get a little bit of a higher price point here, around 260. 269 would be perfect for me, is then I'm going to I think I had the wrong one here, sorry. Right here is that once we get to 269, then I'm going to jump on the futures too. So anyway, this is Bob from Trade Genius. I'm not going to show you a whole lot of individual charts. Macro is ruling right now, and I think we have a lot of things that are just going to start pushing down hard, and then once we do that, then we'll get I think be working from a different base. The angle won't be quite as steep, but then I think we start grinding higher again, but from another 5 to 6% lower area. So anyways, Bob from Trade Genius, thanks for listening, and I'll be back at you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.